Welcome, everybody, to the Dynamite recap. Interesting show this week. I don't know if it's still some just bad taste in my mouth from last week or what. The show had some moments where I was like, okay, this is a good show, but then it resorted back to some stuff where I was like, this isn't really keeping my attention. So I don't want to call it a bad show. Not going to call it a good show either. We're just going to call it a show. It is a little bit disappointing for a go-home show, in my opinion. They announced some new matches. That's that. Probably wondering, what's with the MJF jacket? You ain't been wearing it lately. What's up with that? Well, he's coming back this week. I'm almost positive at this point, so I'm going to rock it. That one last time, like I said I would, because our boy's coming back, and that's what we have all been waiting for. We got looking good, babe. Thank you. As always, I'm much appreciated, but not looking as good as you. You know the drill. So let's just jump into the show. I missed this first segment. I had to go back and check some just clips of it online. I was too busy with some prior engagements, regularly scheduled hostility. Man, I think I got that right. Regularly scheduled hostility show that I was a part of. Go check it out. Discuss my man CM Punk. Put the hammer down on them folks. And then we also went over some predictions. It was good stuff. So check that out if you get a chance. You'll see me defend, again, my man CM Punk. And the predictions. It was a good time, fun time. You should definitely check it out. What was that? We're going to talk about what that was. Because, again, I thought some of it was good. And I thought some of it was just why. So, but overall, I think it was better than last week. So that's good. It's a step in the right direction. Mox out with the fire promo. Again, from what I did see, the clips I didn't see the whole thing. I'll check it out tomorrow for sure because I do love Mox's promos. I think that's the best thing he does. The little bit I did see, it was nice. It set a story in motion for the night. He come out, he talked shit about CM Punk in Chicago. He said he's got an open contract in the envelope. He says, whoever wants a piece can come get it. I'm gonna leave it in the ring. Do your best. This is your warning. There it is. We got Maddie in the eye. Bro, man, here, what kind of show do we need to call it? You get to call a show that is full of, man, it's one of those long shows. I hope y'all got some caffeine. You're going to need some more than just that water to keep you hydrated. You're going to need some wings. I'm not going to promote it, though, because we ain't getting paid for it. So, Mox cut the promo, laid the groundwork for some other segments in the night. I like it right here. Mox promos are always hard. Absolutely. He comes with the fire and the passion that makes these things work. So Mox, again, chef's kiss from what I did see. I'm sure I'll give it more when I watch it tomorrow. Man, you might be looking at 4.5. Coffee and Red Bull. Maybe get some of those. What are those C4s? The orange creamsicles and the Sour Patch Kid flavors. Load up on some energy because you're gonna need it. We got a long day Sunday if you add in Worlds Collide. After that, we go to the backstage. Jericho, he cuts a promo on Bryan Danielson. Danny Garcia pops up. I'm assuming this is what happens because I missed this part as well. My son, the Drip Prince, filled in on some note-taking for me. Again, I saw Jericho. I didn't see what he was talking about. Apparently, he was talking shit on Bryan Danielson. And then Danny Garcia showed up, and he apologized to Chris. He wanted to make amends. Good thing. We got Maddie is here. Courtney is here. And nobody said it, but David is here. So it's a good party time. Yes, that's what it is. After that, it transitions right into the Bryan Danielson versus Jake Hager match that has story involving the Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, Danny Garcia stuff. So I'm all for it. That's the kind of transitions I want to see more of in Dynamite. I don't think we get enough of them. Again, placement is my biggest complaint with Dynamite shows. This is the kind of stuff I like to see more of. Hager and Danielson was really good. This is why Danielson is one of the best in the world. Yes, this was a very brutal match without having to get crazy brutal. You didn't see blood everywhere. You didn't see any like crazy spots. They just beat each other up. Hager played the big guy to perfection. Danielson played the coming from behind babyface, just underdog guy, even though he's not the underdog, but he played the role in this match. Again, he's outmanned. Hager's a monster, dude. And I think Jake Hager put him to a table. He controlled most of it. He manhandled Bryan Danielson for most of it. Bryan Danielson fought back. He won. Then out comes 2.0 rules, and they beat down Bryan Danielson. Then out comes Claudio and Utah, and they took out 2.0. So as far as I'm concerned, Yuta and Claudio are because 2.0 rules. After that, Chris Jericho comes run down with a steel chair. He's getting ready to take out Danielson. Then out comes Danny Garcia, who after like literally 15 minutes ago apologized to Chris Jericho, is now taking the chair from Chris Jericho and like, you ain't hitting him with it. Jericho turns around, he gets the psycho knee, running knee, whatever we're going to call it, and that's the segment. Then Daniel Garcia was good storytelling by Garcia here. The facials, he's like, oh, what did I just do? Good stuff. I saw someone not announce it, but suggest Daniel Garcia should be the special guest referee for this match. I think that would be an awesome layer to add to the Chris Jericho Bryan Danielson match. I wish they'd do it. It doesn't look like they're going to do it, but it would be a really awesome layer to add to it. It would be very cool. And just a big shout out to the best review of AEW. Jimmy, you're the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hydrated. Thank you very much, Maddie. It's always appreciated. Coming from the best host on YouTube, that means a lot. So thank you very much. Garcia being torn and the nod from Brian going up the rack. Little things. Yep, little things. I really dig the story. It's played out pretty well over the past few weeks. This is one of the ones I think people aren't giving credit for when they look at the all-out build. There's no build. This is one they have built up pretty decently. I like it. And it's crazy to think that Garcia is the thing that's holding it together. You got Jericho, one of the GOATs. You have Bryan Danielson, arguably one of the best in the world of the past 15, 20 years. And you have Garcia, this young kid, and he's holding this story together. It's really good. Good on him. I'm maybe not excited for the match. I'm excited to see where it goes after the match, to see what happens there. That was probably Jake's best match ever. I won't say that. I'm not a big fan of Jake. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. I don't watch a lot of his stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if it was his best match ever. Hold up, I gotta get the van on. It's getting toasty in here. Wouldn't be surprised me though, because when I think of Jake Hager or Jack Swagger, no matches pop in my head. But after that, we go to the Wingmen. I wish I could tell you who these guys were in the ring. I think it was Nick Namath. I think that's his first name. I'm not sure. Ziggler's little brother. He's in there. They got picket signs. I don't know who these guys are, but I don't care. I thought their part of this was great. They're demanding more screen time. Good. They're always on Dark and Elevation. That's why I don't know who they are. This kind of segment works for them. It was good. Ryan Namath. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I apologize to Ryan Namath. Jake's a solid big man and a solid for stuff like he's good for this kind of stuff. I think AEW, when they use him in this area, it's good. I think AEW's used them pretty decently, honestly, with the exception of that bullshit cage match where they tried to emulate an MMA fight. That was the only thing. That's the only bad mark on Hager as far as AEW is concerned. So yeah, you got the Wingmen. They're out there. We want more screen time, and then out comes W. Morrissey, and he just completely destroys them. I like this. It's not really a debut because he's already been there, but I like this re-debut of him. We didn't promote like, oh, we got something big brewing. We don't have this. They literally just had him come out, beat the shit out of some people who were like, we want more screen time. And then there he is. And then you bring out Stokely. He's obviously going to be joining that group. Very interested in this group now because now you have Morrissey, the big man. You have a tag team with the Ass Boys. You have the most underrated guy in the roster, Ethan Page. I like where this stable is going. This segment, really good. I really liked this segment. I think this is how you should debut people that aren't like megastars. Exactly. I never heard a word all day about Morrissey. I didn't hear anybody say, stay tuned. We got a big surprise for tonight. So I like this. And adding him with Stokely, it's a great, great plan there. I look forward to seeing where it's going from there. And yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3 segments to start off the show. And I'm like, okay, when Dynamite starts off this way, I'm usually like, we're in for a really good show. They go backstage. We get, hold on, what else we got here? Sorry. That match with Wardlow was quite bad. I don't even want to say it was bad. I hope people don't have that impression for Morrissey. I hope this is the impression they got of Morrissey in AEW, not what happened when he went in there against Wardlow and when he was just basically treating him. Excellent debut. Yes, absolutely. She says she loves the Wingman. Can you tell me who the other, what is it? The Peter Avalon. He's the other guy. That dude cracked me up tonight. I loved it. That's the kind of guy I would want to be in wrestling if I was a wrestler. and you can laugh at me all you want. But that dude's entertaining from what I saw tonight. I don't know who the other two dudes were. JD Drake, I think that was the other one, and then the fourth one, I don't know. So if you know that person, put it in here so I can be more educated. Morrissey was last hired by MJF. Any chance Stokely? I saw someone mention this too. They thought it would be cool, and I thought I'm not a big fan of it. But after Morrissey is there, man, and then afterwards, Shivani comes up and he interviews Stokely and he goes, "What are you doing?" And Stokely snapped. It wasn't funny, Stokely. He snapped. He goes, "It's none of your business." And then so Shivani's like, "It is my business." And then Stokely just mean mugged them. Yeah, we got Peter Avalon, JD Drake, Ryan Nemeth, and there was a fourth one. I didn't look at him because I just saw Morrissey beating ass, and I was too focused. There we go, Cesar Bononi. Okay, Bononi, I don't know, but yeah, that guy. I know who he does now. I know the face. I wasn't paying attention because, again, Morrissey. Yeah, that was a stupid idea. What is it that Jericho said? Bad idea from bad creative. So after that, like I said, I really like the start of the show. Then we go into a backstage segment with Will Ospreay. He starts talking about Kenny. He's excited to get in the ring with Kenny again. Then Don Callis comes in, interrupts him, says, "Hey, looking good, kid. Maybe tonight you won't get the one wing edge," or something like that. And that was a segment. Didn't really seem. I know you want to build up your main event through the show. I think that's a great way to do your show. This segment didn't do anything for me. This shouldn't be the first segment if this is how you're going to do it, because it really, if it didn't happen, wouldn't have mattered. So Don gonna betray Kenny. He's you think that's what's happening here? You think that's what's happening? I couldn't answer or say anything, but it would make sense if Kenny and the Bucks are supposed to be good guys. Don Callis, he's a little fucking weasel. You can't. So yeah, that would make sense now I think about it. So after that, we go to a Britt and Hayter tag team match against Storm and Sheeta. Decent women's match. They got some time. Shocking ending here. I like how this match ended. You got Sheeta, the woman I wouldn't have expected to get a pinfall here, pinning Britt Baker, who I would have not expected to take the pinfall here. This was a very big surprise for me following a pretty good match. I liked it. So you take out the Ospreay Don Callis thing in the back, and it's like, okay. And if what David's saying is it happens, okay, that actually makes sense. And I'll look back at this and say, I was wrong, 100%. Britt and Hayter. Yeah, Britt and Hayter lost. This is interesting. I already thought Sheeta wasn't going to win. But now I know for a fact she's not going to win because she's not going to win the tag team match going into All Out. I'm very curious how the dynamic between Britt and Hayter is going to break apart in this match. Is it going to be enough to completely split them? Is it just going to be the planting the seeds for it? And if that's the case, Toni Storm's clearly going to win this. I really want Jamie Hayter to come out of All Out as the women's champion. I think that would be a nice kick in the butt to the women's division. It would shock some people. It would put the belt on someone that the people really enjoy. And it puts her into a feud with Britt Baker that immediately is captivating. It's interesting. So I really hope that's the route they go here. I'm sure it'll be Toni Storm, though, which I'm not against either. Toni Storm's really good. But this match, good stuff. Kip and Pack promo package. I guess they'll be fighting at the All Out pay-per-view for the Mid-Atlantic title. So the Mid-Atlantic title is actually getting a match that people will see other than in an indie show and on Dark and Elevation. Not knocking indie shows. Love them. Not knock them at all. Just, it's like you debuted this belt. You had a tournament for this belt. Treat it like it's something. You're finally doing something with it. Cool. I look forward to seeing this match. This has the potential to be the best match on the card. And I say that with a straight face. I truly believe it. I like Kip Sabian. We all know Pac is amazing. I look forward to this one. Sheeta is least likely to win due to her commitments. So her getting pinned tonight. Tony wins the title. Hayter splits with Britt. Tony is clearly the favorite here. I just really, I'm going to push the Hayter thing because I think it would be the best thing going forward for the women's division. Sheeta is the Regina D1 Wave champion. That's one. See, that's the title she had because I didn't hear them say it. But again, I don't really pay too much attention to commentary sometimes. So if that's the chance, yeah. Let's see. Kip Sabian is very underrated. And if you don't believe so, just look at the box he's wearing on his head. It tells you right there. He's underrated. But yeah, I like Kip. I'm glad he's getting this spot, and I hope it grows into something. It's not just, hey, you're going against Pac, he loses, and then he just disappears again. I hope it evolves into something for him. From there, we get a Rusev, Sting, and Darby promo. They cut it on House of Black. And it's like, why are they teaming together? Sting comes in, and he clearly says, like, an enemy of my enemy is thy... Yep. It's that simple. Like, before I was like, why would they team? I know they both don't like them, but they haven't acknowledged anything about it. Tonight, they acknowledged it. I accept it. It's that simple. A good promo, because, again, when Miro's promos are awesome, they're awesome. When they're bad, they're bad. Tonight's was awesome. Next up, we have CM Punk coming out to the ring, and he looks like he's been crying, which immediately makes me feel like, uh-oh. I have a feeling Kip will win all that. I'm not against it at all. I would hate that for Pac to lose it on his first like major defense, because man, I feel like they've dropped. There's been issues. It's not on AEW completely. He's had travel issues and everything, but I would hate that for him. I think it would suck for him. I wouldn't mind seeing Pac win, funny business somehow, some way, and then the rematch, and then Kip get. I don't know. I just don't want Kip to just get lost in the shuffle afterwards. Back to CM Punk. He starts talking. He's giving dates, and he's playing up the injury. And I'm like, man, don't you dare do what it seems like you're doing. You're crying. This doesn't seem good. He was crying when he got hurt. He's crying now. I'm like, man, don't you do this to me. Don't you dare do this to me. But he does all that, and he's just selling the fact. He goes, I've let the fans down. I've let my sister down. I came back because I love professional wrestling. You guys love me. And really good, heartfelt stuff. Because I was like, please don't do this to me. 1 year back wasn't enough. So then out comes Ace Steel. Early in the night, when Moxley had the open contract, he dropped it in the center of the ring. I forgot to mention this part. Ace Steel, the guy who helped CM Punk back to the ring, back to the backstage last week, he comes out pissed, angry, just mad. And he's the one that picks up the contract, and he walks back. He storms back. So CM Punk's doing that. Out comes Ace Steel again. He cuts a fire promo. Just lights a fire under CM Punk, smacks him across his face, and CM Punk wakes up. Prior to tonight, I was totally against the idea of the rumored rematch between Moxley and Punk at the pay-per-view. Didn't make sense to me. If Punk is coming out and he's telling the story he's telling that he did, and then Ace Steel comes out and adds a layer to that story and fires him up, and it's in Chicago, it makes sense. It's adding extra fire behind CM Punk. You've sold me on this match. CM Punk, again, he goes into the ring. He is on fire. He cuts a nice promo. He signs the contract. He says, you can't drink my blood. You can't break my bones. He's coming for John Moxley. You sold me. I was completely against the idea because it would have made no sense to me. What they did tonight helped. I jumped the gun. I was wrong. I admit it. Slap myself on the hand. Give me Punk and Moxley all out again. It is the biggest match. We're going to get the real match at the pay-per-view. Thank you very much. I'm all for it. And also, kudos to Ace Steel. That was a great promo he cut. Without him coming out there and delivering it the way he delivered it, the whole segment and whole story doesn't work. Straight up, it doesn't work. CM Punk's gonna win it all out with the power of positivity. Power of positivity. That's what I'm preaching here. And since I'm the prince of the power of positivity behind the New Day, and I rock CM Punk, it makes perfect sense. Good. You heard what I said. I'm indifferent with the match part 2. I know there's gonna be people who don't buy into it, and I get it. I'm not gonna disagree or argue with anybody on it. It is what it is. It sold me. And at the end of the day, the only people I'm worried about enjoying wrestling is myself and the little people that I share a house with. So if I'm all for it, they're all for it, then okay. If you're not for it, sorry for you. I hope you can find joy in other parts of the show. And that's what I say. I get it, though. I'm not shitting on you for disagreeing with me. I definitely get it. With your explanation of this, I'm for the main event now. Thank you very much. I try my best, Matty. I try my best. So from there, we go to a Christian and Jungle Boy segment. And I'm like, man, they have a nice pace tonight. They're giving me all the stuff I want to see. They've shocked me with the women. They hardly ever shock me with their matches, and they did. So I'm like, thank you. Now we're getting a Christian Jungle Boy segment. I will say, as good as this segment was, it was a sit down with JR. I don't know, kind of. I didn't like the setting. With the JR's like, I only agree to do this if they don't touch each other. Oh, okay. And Christian Jungle Boy is very comfortable in this situation, but he wasn't in front of fans. That makes sense. He doesn't like good promos for fans, even though he has gotten better at it. This was probably my least favorite segment of this program. It's still my favorite thing and favorite program going in AEW right now, though. I'm very pumped for this match. Of all the matches, I think this is the one I'm the most invested in as far as the story they've given me. Obviously, I'm more invested in CM Punk Moxley because, yeah, you know what it is. But I think they've done the best job telling the story of this one. Christian has done a great job. Jungle Boy has graduated into Jungle Man over the past month. I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. Next up, the Jungle Boy segment had so many cuts. Good segment, though. Yeah. I didn't even notice the cuts, honestly. But now that you're saying it, I'm like, oh, yeah. Kind of like on Raw. People were like, oh, there's too many camera cuts. I'm like, now that you mention it, probably. But I didn't notice it when I was watching it. So you'll never hear me complain about cuts. They have to be, like, seizure-inducing for me to complain about them. But I do know what you mean. That did happen. Next up, we get FTR and Wardlow. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I didn't remember hearing anything about this. And then they're going up against, I'm just going to call them the Job Squad. Anytime anybody's going up against a group of jobbers, I'm going to call them the Job Squad. Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa, they went up against the Job Squad on Raw. Tonight, FTR and Wardlow went up against the Job Squad on Dynamite. They crushed them, obviously. That's what it is. Sanjay Dutt's in the back taking notes. Whoop-de-freaking-do. You can't take notes on people who just squashed somebody who are a bunch of job squatters. And that was the segment. This is like, why? But again, I don't know. I understand the reason for squash matches sometimes. But when you had Morrissey come out and squash a group earlier, having a job like a squash match later in the show is kind of like, why not? Did I miss that? No, I didn't, because that was the next segment. Thank you. You had me thinking there for a day. I was like, did I just miss something? Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. I like the Jungle Boy name though. I think it's cool. It's fun. No, I'm not gonna call him Jungle Boy. We can call him Jungle Boy Jack. I'll take that one. We can call him Jungle Jack. No, that doesn't sound. Jungle Boy Jack. That's as far as I'll go with it. Mox, the flirt. yeah, it was funny. So, next up, Mox. It was supposed to be a 4-man match, but Moxie just comes storming out. He cuts a promo talk about that's what you want, Punk. That's what you're gonna get. As David pointed out here, he said it was supposed to. We could have went 60 minutes last week. It ended in 30. It used to be known as I can't remember the verbiage he used, but basically talked about how Punk used to do 60-minute matches back in the day in Ring of Honor all the time. As what he was like known for on the indies. He had incredible matches. Yes, he's one of the people I've actually went back and watched Ring of Honor stuff because, again, he's the man. And it was all good stuff. He says, I got 57 minutes left. So, yes, they are hinting at it. With as stacked as that card is, I really hope they don't go 57 minutes, so to be honest. There's too many matches on the card to do something like that. That'd be like a 5-hour show. And please don't. Just please don't. If it was a smaller card, I'd be all for it. But yeah, no, not now. Just a tag team getting some reps in the squash. Seems like, yeah, again, it's no harm, no foul. But my issue is that you had a squash situation earlier in the show. Too many overkill. Whoop, drop that. I'm not like completely crapping on it. Just definitely not that. It just I don't see the reason to have 2 of those in one night. That's me. I sent a Ring of Honor Tidies. Yeah, we slowly educating Tidy on some non-WWE stuff. If you don't know, you should check out the Positively Awesome Wrestling podcast on Drip King Wrestling, where me and Tidy go over all the good wrestling of the week. It's a cheap plug. She means that. That's a lot. So yeah, don't give me a 57-minute match if we got 14 matches on the card. Please don't. Next up, we get the 4-man match that Moxley interrupted before. And nope, I completely forgot this segment. Dark Order segment in the back. I believe it was Prez 10 was injured, and they were playing into that. So we know where the story's going. We were talking about it a couple weeks ago when the tournament started. And then they get approached by Andrade. He's like, "Hey, you got potential. You guys are a joke now with those. So you should just come join me." Yada yada yada. They say no. Throw his money in his face. Andrade attacks him, beats him down with a crutch. And I don't know if homeboy that was with Andrade was supposed to scare the big dude from Dark Order with the taser, or if he was supposed to act like he was tasing him. But the dude who was taking the taser, he didn't sell it for shit. It was kind of, Preston, I thought so. He didn't sell the taser for shit, so that was funny. So they're now both looking like they're injured. More on that in a minute. Next up, the four-man match that Moxley interrupted. Dante Martin, Roosh, Ray Phoenix, and Yuta. Thank you for putting Ray Phoenix in here, not Penta. Not a terrible match. There were some spots that made me groan. This is very rare. You'll hear me do this. But there was a spot where Dante Martin jumped off the rope, high flying, just all in the air, and then he takes a headbutt from Roosh, who's on the ground. That's silly. Dante Martin rolls out of the ring, and then Roosh goes to do a high spot over the ropes onto Yuta and Ray Phoenix, who are on this side of the ring, and then Dante's on this side of the ring, and then you see him clearly running over there so that he can get involved in the rush. Production has to clean that up. That was silly. And a headbutt? Come on, man. Someone's going on the top rope and you headbutt them, you better fall down too. You got to sell that. The drop kick. There was spots in there I was like, but these are the matches that I tend to just kind of like. They can be fun. I'm not knocking them. They can be fun, and if you like them, all the power to you. I'm not gonna shit on you for liking them. Sometimes I do check out. I like that Yuta won this match though. That's the right call. He definitely should have won it. They're all part of the All Out Casino Ladder match on Sunday at All Out. Joker's there. Not sure who it's going to be, but we shall see. There's a lot of like high flyers in this match though, so I don't know if fits the billing here. But we shall see. Then we go to the backstage, Dark Order. It's Johnny Hungy and Silver. That's Silver. No, man. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Sorry. But they're talking about they're down. They don't know. Both those dudes got hurt earlier, and now they don't know if they have a member for the match on Rampage. But they're going to go ahead and go forward because it's the biggest moment Dark Order's had since they came to AEW, and they'll fight 2 against 3 if they need to. In comes Hangman Adam Page. Duh. And he says, if you guys need something, I'm here to support you, and I'll join you. So I think that if you didn't already know who's going to win the main event, I think we do now, and I think we know who's going to win on Rampage. But we'll see. After that, it's time for the main event. You get Omega and the Bucks taking on Ospreay and Aussie Open. And man, I want to watch an Ospreay match and like be invested. I really do. The Bucks are in it though, and I'm like, Another thing. I'm not going to. This week makes more sense than last week, so I'm not going to. I'll stop there. The match was crazy. There was spots in this match I was like, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's as far as it goes though. It's cool. It's not my wrestling though. It's just not. It's just not. I really like the more I see of Will Ospreay, I am just blown away by the things this man does. Whatever the move's called, where he jumped off the top rope, did a backflip and spin in the air, he did it so crisp and so fast that he did the spin and the flip and all that, and then he still was just straight before he started coming down. It's like, how do you physically do this stuff, man? Omega went for the dragon screw. He just backflips out of it. And it's so crisp what Will Ospreay does. And I know there's a lot of haters of this man on there because he does come across as a just a-hole. But, man, you cannot deny the stuff this dude does is insane. I like that they started the match with Omega and Ospreay. I like the fact that they didn't give away too much between those two because they definitely have a match coming up down the line. And I will be excited for a Kenny Omega match when he takes on Ospreay. I think it will be great. But this match, again, there was just too many setup spots, just waiting for things to happen. Once or twice, I'm like, okay, but this one, just too many. Again, same as the former match. I'm not knocking it if you like it. Since I watched the Okada match since he won. No, I'm not. I'm officially on the Osprey, a part of the Osprey fan club. He's great. He is much better than the shit I was seeing a few years ago. So I don't want you taking it as I'm like, oh, no, he definitely can flip it. If he needs to do this athletic stuff, he can. But if he needs to do what you're talking about here, a less athletic match, I've seen him do it, and I like it. That's why he's grown on me, and I appreciate him. And God, the athletics is insane. But again, was it Nick Jackson? I don't know. One of the Bucks went to super kick him, and he grabbed him, and he threw the foot. And when he threw the foot, it kicked the other Jackson. The other Jackson was like, ooh, and he knocked. That kind of stuff is just. It's like you do all this other crazy stuff, and then you tell me that no, sorry. And again, just complete setups for this match. There was too many of just wait to see what happens, wait to do the spot, then we go over to the next spot. But there was very entertaining spots in this match. As many spots as there was, they were entertaining. Wilson and Holt Kenny at the end, and so it begins Wrestle Kingdom main event. You think it'll be Wrestle Kingdom? I don't think it'll be Wrestle Kingdom. I personally don't think that. I do like he hit Kenny's move, and then he just pointed at him, pointed up. Good stuff. Ospreay did the best stuff in this match, in my opinion. That's something I never thought I'd say, but he did. I enjoyed him the most in this match, and obviously Kenny and the Bucks win. They hit the one-winged angel on one of the Aussie Open members and pinned him 1-2-3 in the ring. Ospreay just sat there, hands in his, just distraught, and Forbidden Door perhaps. And yes, we'll touch on Forbidden Door in a second. But so Will Ospreay doing good stuff after the match as well. Bucks and Omega, they're on the way to All Out in the finals, where they'll be taking on Hangman and the Dark Order, like pretty much well predicted. I definitely see the Undisputed Era making a return, because what the heck happened? They attacked the Bucks and just disappeared. Like, why do that? Why not just save the attack for like All Out? That's Kenny is still pretty banged up. Yeah, so give him time to heal so we get a full-on Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match. Don't give me Kenny at 75%. Give me Kenny at 100%. So that's the show. Again, man, the first hour was just like great. They announced some matches. Sorry, I didn't catch them all because Excalibur talks. And sometimes I think I talk fast. Excalibur just is like, just mile a minute. So check out the card. They had some matches. I'm more excited for this than most of the like AEW diehards are. I think they've built up some pretty good matches. Jungle Boy, Christian, good stuff. I think obviously Mox and Punk. If you're trying to say you're not, stop it. The Kit Pack, again, I think it'll be pretty good. What else we got? The four-way women's match I think will be really good. And then Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, I think is going to be a good storytelling match. You got Yuta and Garcia too. No, that's next week on Dynamite. And I don't really understand why they're doing that. But yeah, that's next week on Dynamite. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You got Ishii and Kingston 2 on 0 Hour, the pre-show. Yeah, I saw that. But I'm not going to watch the thing. But yeah, Pac and Kip. Yeah, I talked about that one. I'm actually looking forward to that one. I think there will be a great story involved in the Trios tournament final. So I'm all for that. And I'm excited. I'm not excited. I'm intrigued to see who the Joker is in this ladder match, because I imagine it's a debut or a return. And if it's a return and you want to make some noise this weekend, but does it make sense to put him in it if you're Tony Khan? It doesn't. So we'll see. If he's not in that, he's definitely showing up at the main event. Either way, I look forward to seeing MJF. But the Forbidden Door stuff, as we were talking about, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, I definitely think that's when you should do this match. Just keep doing the Twitter stuff back and forth. Have them cross paths every once in a while. Don't give me Forbidden Door stuff prior to Forbidden Door, because then it just takes away the allure of the Forbidden Door. You give it to me all the time. I don't care about this big show that you're trying to put on. And when you do it next year, do it in the Jacksonville Jaguar State. Do a stadium show and do the Forbidden Door, bro. For real. You ain't even got to pay for it, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see a sold-out stadium for the Forbidden Door next week, because this year sold out quick, and they had to open up new seats. So do it at the stadium, man, for real. I think it'd be fantastic. It'd be it'll really show if you've grown over the past 4 years. If you don't sell it out, okay, that's fine. But if you do, that's a big statement. I just wanted to get that out there because I've been thinking about it for a few days now. And since Omega and Osprey is a topic of discussion, why not bring it up now? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, decent show overall. Great first hour. They'll def slow build, play it. Plus, Kenny will be tied up in the trios and the undisputed. So exactly. So you're gonna have the we're not called the undisputed elite, boy. It's the undisputed era. It's the undisputed era versus the elite. Hopefully, we get the undisputed era coming out on top there. If not, I'm going to flip my shit. But and then after that, you can revisit Will and Kenny, and then just slowly build it up to Forbidden Door. Hopefully, it's Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium outdoor venue, please. I think that would be awesome. And I could actually go to an AEW pay-per-view for a freaking change, so I don't have to fly away to Chicago. Give me a break, bro. But yeah, great first hour. I'm recycling stuff now. It was a great first hour. The second hour just was kind of everywhere and not my cup of tea, but they did fill in some things. The Dark Order stuff was important to tell the story. I get it. The Mox promo was not as good as what I saw from the first one, but it had stuff. Adam Cole's the Joker. Please don't. If he's coming back from injury, don't put him there. And if he's going into the stuff with the Elite, then he shouldn't be tied up in a world title match. That's just how I think. And that's crazy that I'm against Adam Cole and something. But yeah, I'm trying to be logical here. It's a show. And just some shout outs for things. We had a redraft because we don't know if the draft is happening after Clash of the Castle, because we've heard it is, then we've heard it's going to be after WrestleMania. But WrestleBuddy went ahead and did a draft anyway. You should check it out. It's on WrestleBuddy. It dropped today. It was myself and Maddie, the Quizmaster Maddie. We were on Team Raw, taking on the Wrestle What You Thought team, Nick and Cy. They were Team SmackDown. Team Raw clearly won, but you can go check it out for yourself and let me know in the comments who you think wins. It was a good time. I have not seen that. I'm going to go check it out. Is it on the YouTube? Let me know. I'll go check it out. But yes, it was a fun show, quick show. And again, I think we put together good rosters. It's not typical, I'm taking Roman, I'm taking Drew, I'm taking Becky, I'm taking Charlotte. We mix it up. We gave you some people now, some NXT call-ups, all this stuff. We mixed it up. It was very fun. Again, as I said earlier to start the show, regularly scheduled hostilities. I talked about, I defended CM Punk. So definitely check that out. I laid the smack down on that, dropped the pipe bomb. I did all that stuff in favor of my man. And then we went over Clash of the Castle predictions. And if you didn't check that out, you want to check out some Clash of the Castle predictions, WrestleBuddy got you covered tomorrow. And then on Friday, we got you covered with predictions for All Out and the Worlds Collide NXT show that will be taking place Sunday. Sunday will be a big deal. There's a lot of wrestling this weekend, so I hope you guys are ready. Again, I've let my family know it's a big deal, and I'm going to be busy. You can join me, or you can wait till the end. But all that, I'll be back again. After all that, I'll be back on Monday for the recap of Monday Night Raw. I think it'll be a very, very good Monday Night Raw recap after Clash of the Castle. A lot of stuff's going to happen this weekend. I can't wait to talk about it. And if for whatever reason you're at work and you can't watch YouTube and all, you can't watch the shows, WrestleBuddy on the website has got you covered, up to date with the shows. All three of them. We got you up to date match by match for Clash, for Worlds Collide. I keep forgetting the name of the Worlds Collide NXT show. And then also All Out. So big weekend for WrestleBuddy. And as always, go check out the Drip King of Wrestling. Got Positively Awesome podcast with Tidy. It's hopping. We got it going on now. So if you like positively fun times, talk about wrestling, that's the show for you. And Tidy is awesome. There we go. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. There's still no goodbye outro, whatever. So I'm just going to wave until the show goes away. Thank you guys for coming. Much love to everybody. And then my man Brian's David said he got a Brian Adams concert. Then man, you got I don't have no Brian Adams concert to go to, so you having a more eventful weekend than me. But that's okay. You deserve it, my man. And I will see you. I'm sure I'll see you this weekend doing something. So yep, that's the show. Bye. Oh, I didn't.